Hey guys, Josh here. In today's video, I would like to talk about a new game called Wytchwood, which released on November 9th for Switch, PlayStation, Xbox, and Steam. The developer sent me a review key for this game. I played it for about 5 or 6 hours, so these are just my first impressions rather than a full review, but hopefully it's gonna help you if you're thinking about buying this game. So Wytchwood is a cozy exploration game with some puzzle solving and crafting. A lot of crafting. So in this game you play as a witch, of course, and you wake up from a very long slumber and you don't remember anything. It turns out, however, that you previously made a pact with some strange goat that talks, and you need to find 12 souls in order to awaken a sleeping maiden. There's quite a lot of dialogue in this game. It is pretty well written and for the most part interesting to get to know all of the different characters you will encounter during your quests. And they will all have different personalities, different ways of talking, and different problems to solve. So I think the story is pretty interesting, and this game really does feel like a fairy tale, not only through its dialogues, but also through its art style. The hand-drawn graphics reminded me immediately of Cozy Grove or Don't Starve, which makes you feel like you're inside some sort of storybook. And one thing that's a problem sometimes with games using this hand-drawn style is that it can be difficult to figure out which item is interactive, as they tend to blend very well with the background. At least for me, that was a complaint I had with Cozy Grove, but in Wytchwood, there's none of that because when you go over an interactive item, it will highlight, so it makes it really easy to see, and that's gonna be super important because there are tons of items to gather in this game, but I'm gonna be talking about that in a second. So yeah, this game just looks so beautiful. There are also lots of different areas, each with a different color palette and theme. And it's just such a pleasure anytime you unlock a new area to walk around everywhere, see what's different, all the new characters and creatures, all while enjoying the pleasant, relaxing music and sound effects that this game has to offer. Artistically speaking, with the graphics, music and story, everything is extremely well done and polished in this game. And I haven't seen a lot of games like this, so I'm really enjoying the art that is present in this game. Now let's talk about the gameplay. To find the 12 souls, you'll have to accomplish quests. Most quests are pretty lengthy and consist of several smaller quests requiring you to gather certain items. So in this game you'll have different tools such as shears, a trowel, a hatchet and a net, and you'll use them to collect simple items like grass, clay, wood and some different types of bugs. You'll then be able to use these basic materials to craft a few things, but soon enough things will become a bit more complicated. I'm gonna give you a quick example that will really show you how it is to play this game. So for example, let's say a quest requires you to make a digestive tablet. So to make a digestive tablet, you're gonna need a snail shell, an eye of newt, and goblin snot. The snail shell can be obtained from the snails, which you can easily catch without any tools, so that's easy. The eye of newt can be obtained from newts with the use of a bait stick, so you're gonna have to craft a bait stick. The bait stick can be crafted using a toxic thistle, a twig, and a meaty morsel. So the thistle and the twig, you get them very easily with your hands and the shears, but the meaty morsel will require you to catch a squirrel by building a snap trap. So once again, one more thing to craft, you're gonna have to make a snap trap. So now let's go back to our digestive tablet. So we need 1 snail shell, 1 eye of newt, and the other ingredient was a goblin snot. So goblin snot can be obtained by using a dreadful doll on a goblin. So to craft a dreadful doll, you'll need grain, a hopper leg, and a sewing kit. The first 2 items can be easily obtained, however the sewing kit requires a twine and a skeeter snoot. The twine you'll get easily, but the skeeter snoot you'll get from the mosquitoes by using a smoke pellet and then chopping the mosquito with your hatchet. So to craft a smoke pellet, you'll need frog slime, herb and clay, which are 3 easy items to get, but you need all of this just to make 1 digestive tablet. And also keep in mind that the digestive tablet can be used on turkeys to get a turkey gizzard stone. So just imagine later in game, there's gonna be a recipe that requires a turkey gizzard stone. So you're gonna have to do all of this, get the digestive tablet, get the gizzard stone, and maybe you're gonna need 2 other items to make that recipe. So you can imagine that the crafting chain can get very long and complicated, and that's pretty much the whole game, and that's my problem with this game. If that sounds appealing to you, you will love it. But for me personally, as much as I like crafting games, I feel like here there's something missing. It feels so satisfying in a game when you work really hard to gather ingredients to make a new weapon or a tool that will make your character stronger, or just an item that will be used to decorate your house. But in this game, except for the tools you'll get at the beginning, pretty much everything you craft will be single use, and its only purpose will be to collect another item. For example, the dreadful doll can be used to collect goblin snot from goblin, right? The problem is, you're gonna need to go through the process of crafting a dreadful doll every single time you need goblin snot. So it never feels like your character is progressing, there's no permanent reward, and it makes it feel like a chore more than anything else. The game has dozens and dozens of different ingredients and items, but they all feel the exact same. They're all just little keys that will allow you to progress a bit in the main story. And while of course making progress in the main story and getting to unlock new beautiful areas to explore is a reward in itself, for me personally, I need to have smaller rewards and some sort of character progression in a game. Otherwise, I'm just gonna stop playing, which will prevent me from enjoying what this game might have to offer later on. I think that little tweaks, for example, having an item becoming reusable after crafting it a certain amount of times, or maybe progressing to a certain point in the story, could have made a huge difference. Or maybe even if there was some kind of leveling system and you would be able to gather more items at once or craft items for cheaper, I think those could have been great additions. The game, however, does offer ways to make the grindy search for items a bit easier. For example, you can easily see in which area of the world a specific item can be found. And also, if you use your Witch Eye ability, you will see what item is needed in order to collect that certain item or knock out that certain creature. There are also different warp points, which makes it easy to go from one area to the other, in addition to a map which will show you where to go for your quests. Also, the quests are pretty much like the crafting system, and sometimes it feels never ending. So you think you're almost done with a quest and you can jump to the next thing, but that character keeps asking you for one more thing, and then you're gonna have to go to talk to another character, and that other character is gonna ask you something, and it just feels very lengthy with no reward and a lot of grinding. So there's also nothing much to do outside of crafting. That's pretty much the only mechanic in the game. I wish there would have been some farming, fishing, decorating your house, or other activities and minigames that would have allowed to change the pace of the game. But it's pretty much just non-stop collecting and crafting, and then some dialogue, and then some more collecting and crafting, and of course enjoying the beautiful environment. Also, while there's no proper combat system, you do have hearts in this game, and some creatures will attack you if you get near them, and to knock them out, you'll need a specific item, which will be different for pretty much every creature, and once again, it's gonna be a pain to craft. And if you die, what happens is that you're gonna lose some of your items and reappear at your house, but you can just go back and collect your items that you've lost. So there's no real big consequence for dying. Yeah, so there is some kind of combat, I guess. And these are pretty much my thoughts on this game so far. You can tell that the team who worked on this really put a lot of love into this game. It's really beautiful and well polished. If you're looking for something new to play and don't mind a lot of grindy crafting, go for it. Also, it's just relaxing and fun to just like walk around and collect some items because of the music and the environments. And I think also this game would be really nice to play around Halloween if you're looking for something a little bit creepy or spooky with some quirky characters. But don't worry, there's nothing really scary in this game. The two issues I have with this game is that there's no rewards for crafting things, which makes it feel like an endless grind, and there's not much to do besides that. I feel really bad because I really wanted to like this game. It has such a beautiful atmosphere, but the reality is that I couldn't really enjoy it. So let me know what you guys think, if you've played Wytchwood or not, if you're interested in getting it or not. And yeah, make sure to click like and subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this, and I'm gonna see you all in the next video.